Yeah, we're on, sis.
Got it. I got it. Okay.
We
Big
are
old message on there.
on.
Get it, get it,
Happy
get it.
Monday. Happy Monday
Happy
to you.
Monday from Lightworkers Unite.
Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a lightworker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world.
That's right. Here we are. It's been a couple weeks. But lots has happened in these couple weeks.
I know. And now we're doing the social show. So we're trying to look, I'm.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just wearing a headband because I gave up.
Cute. You look really cute.
Thank you. I'm wearing my trifocal glasses. So
I was gonna say they look different. I like them.
Yeah, they're like for reading far away and then reading up close on my computer, and then also like down here for reading like books, and I get dizzy sometimes.
So they're literally called trifocals.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Because I remember when I was a little girl and people would talk about like, look at that old person with their bifocals.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like I'm that old person now with the tri, but they're, they don't look like it. They don't have like the little perforations and shit, but yeah, it can sometimes. So I don't know if anybody else out there feels that way. They get kind of like disoriented from
having to focus.
Different. Yeah. I get a little like, whoa, okay.
Wait, what just happened? Hold on. Siri just started talking. What?
Oh, what is she saying?
Did you hear that?
No.
He said on it. I'm still on it.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, hello. You couldn't hear that? Okay. I wonder if it'll come through in the playback. That was really weird.
It's kind of a powerful spiritual message, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if spirit were to say, I'm on it, like, right? Like all the things that are bothering us right now, like spirit's on it. Like
I'm on it. Still on it. That's what they said.
He said, right.
I have Siri as a male voice. I don't know why. Because me and the males, male guides.
I know.
Male.
I know. I love that episode. That was so interesting, right? To think about where we're attracted to all these energies. But yeah, this weekend, what did you end up doing this weekend?
Oh my God. I had my coffee and spirit this weekend. It was phenomenal. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. I had a full house, 25 beautiful women. 2 of them were beautiful teenagers too. I had two young gals, daughters with their moms, and it was spectacular. This venue, this is a Woodmark Hotel. We had the marina room, and I'd never been or never used that room before. So it was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect, like beyond perfect.
Wow.
And awesome. I didn't have to set shit up. It was already set up. I didn't have to clean. I just left and said, bye-bye. I didn't have to do anything. And it was
I love that.
It was worth every penny. And it was, let me put it this way. You'll know $6 more than what we paid for our other place that we did our sister circle in.
Oh, wow.
$6 more.
Wow. Shocking.
Yeah. Shocking.
Yeah. So, wow. Shocking.
Right?
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. I love that. And that's going to be the house of our next sister circle, correct? In June?
Yep.
June 24th?
But it's June 24th. But this time instead of the marina, it's going to be the Bayshore room, which we had our goddess gathering there. So that same room. Yeah. That's the only one that's available that night. So I'm so excited about it. I
think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do some beautiful manifestation energy. So if you don't have your tickets, you need to get those right away.
Because it's going to fill up. It's going to fill up.
I can't wait. I love that. I'm so happy you did that. That is so awesome. And
Manjeet, we not only So again, it was super casual, right? They were all at rounds, and we had, like I said, coffee and scones and croissants. It was just really light fare, super casual, a gorgeous day. Everyone here in the Pacific Northwest knows it was like 75, 80 degrees, gorgeous to be on the Kirkland waterfront, right? The marina there at Caroline Point. And I was nervous like that morning. I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone's going to cancel because it's so beautiful out and you don't get the sun. And maybe people are like, oh, I want a garden, or, ooh, let's go for a hike. But no, they all showed up, every single one. and they stayed. And I almost like, I have to go the room. I'm like, we got to be out of here. So it was fantastic. And we, not only is it just readings, I don't just do the readings, but I did a great handful of beautiful, can't make this shit up readings, but we just had fun, and you would enjoy this. This is what I kind of envisioned us doing. We just talked like we do on our podcast. We brought up aliens. We brought up past lives. We brought up
love it,
dreams, and everyone got into it. It was just like this beautiful open conversation and questions and sharings. People were sharing, and I was in heaven.
I know. It's our love language.
It is. There was only one thing missing, and that was my sister Manjeet.
Oh, good heavens. No, this is so great that you did this. I know.
I love it. And I'm going to do more of that. But I was like, oh, Manjeet would fucking love this. I could see you there having this. So we might have to do one that's similar. So it's along the lines of the theme of just open spirit talk.
I love that.
So it's not going in just readings. So this wasn't just mediumship. It was above and beyond that. It was like life after life. It was universal talks. It was,
I love that. I'm so happy.
So yeah.
Well, let's do it. I mean, if you think people will want to see a Lightworkers Unite, maybe a podcast episode we would record in front of a live audience.
Oh shit. Yeah, we got to do that. Right, everyone? Yes.
Fun.
Wherever you are, say yes.
Say yes. Let's do this.
Let's do a live broadcast of our social show where we're talking about spirit and have people ask questions.
Audience. Yes, right? Studio audience shit.
Oh my God, holy shit. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. I'm in. I love it. I love it. It's just the extension of the show, right? That we've been planning anyway. So I think that's brilliant. But yeah, thank you. That's so fun. And I'm so happy that I think too, you had it kind of perfect timing, like 10, I think it's early enough. People I still had the rest of the afternoon.
A group of them were going upstairs because the restaurants are right up top on that whole Carolina. Yeah. So they were going out to lunch. It was really magical. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. That sounds magical and awesome. And stay tuned for more fun stuff. I think this is a big thing. Lots of fun little events and things that we're doing.
Right. Well, didn't you have a vision boarding last weekend? Not this past weekend, but the weekend before?
Yeah. I did an intuitive vision board workshop, connecting with your inner moon goddess. So that was really fun. I love the moon. Loved it.
That's so funny. The moon came up in my reading this morning with a client a lot. Like I felt the moon energy was speaking out, saying, call upon me, and start charging. Is there a full moon coming up? I don't even know. Do you know?
I don't know. I feel like there is, but I could be. Yeah, actually there is on Friday.
Oh my God. It is
it's building.
Yeah. I was like, something's going on because it showed the moon showed up in this reading. And I was like, we have to charge our crystals, our gemstones. We have to put out water and charge the water and drink it. It was all like, okay, so everyone, let's do that.
Let's do it. And it's time. Yeah. And the intuitive vision board was so much fun. I'm doing an encore on May 21st. Yeah. So that's going to be May 21st, 2023. It's all on Zoom. So it'll be really nice and easy to do it in your own home, in your own privacy, from 1 to 5. So it should be really fun. Yeah. And bringing in mother, I call her Sister Moon.
I like that.
I call her the Sister Moon. And so there's a guided meditation. And then once you build your board, you present your board, but then I'm going to read it like a tarot card at the end. So it should be, it's just so much fun.
I know.
It's
your thing. I mean, this is what you do. It's magical and awesome because I loved mine.
Thanks.
I need to. Oh, there's my board right there. I was like, where is my board? And like, there you are.
Hello, board. I know they have like an energy, don't they? They have like a feeling. I know. It's so fun. So
interesting. Okay. No, go ahead. Sorry.
You're looking for it?
No, I was looking at like there was a couple of things all of a sudden I was like ding 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 check like cross like that came. So I'm like, I'm kind of freaking out, going, "Oh my God, that happened!" And that
like
happened.
what?
Anyway,
share like
what?
What?
Well, like this is what's crazy. There's a woman meditating in the middle of these canyons, and I was like, I went to Sedona and did that. I'm like, oh my! I just noticed it right now. I'm like, oh my God, that happened. Afterwards, and there's this group of women all cheering with like champagne glasses. I'm not joking. So I was like, that was our sister circle last month where we had champagne. And so I'm looking, I didn't realize it's like, that's weird. Not weird. It's all awesome.
I know. I love that.
And then, so the last thing that I have to say for this, because this is how powerful these vision boarding events that Manjeet does are phenomenal. I almost like want to do another one. There's a group of women all in white that are standing outside and they're walking with this green grass and the skies behind them. And I think you said you felt like these were my guides. Well, I had a reading in a soul session with a client where she had up leveled her guides. Like there was a change in her guides, and it was like a panel of 4 guides in white. I was just like,
wow.
So I'm just looking at that going, oh my God, it's just like showing you said these are guides. And then I saw these as guides. Anyway.
Isn't it crazy though?
It's crazy. So I just happened to glance over and so many things were like ding, 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 ding. So
I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's not like your regular vision boarding.
No, it's not.
So I think that's
do it. You have to do it. I'm gonna have to do another one. I think I want to do another one. Well, now that I know that I should know, because my last one that I did with you, which was a few years ago, actually, all of those came into fruition as well. I mean, came to be.
Yeah.
And I was attracted to, because again, this was all intuitively what it calls to you. I had a treasure chest full of jewels and money, obviously abundance. And like, damn it, how come this board doesn't have any of that on there? Like, what? Why didn't I plaster a dollar bill or some coins or something?
I know. I love that.
Anyway.
I know. I love it. I just love that. And it is. It's like that law of attraction, right? Getting really clear. And I've always felt like vision boarding was missing something, like just throwing stuff on a poster board of things that you wanted. It just never really felt deep enough. Like I felt like I wanted to really dive into why am I connecting to these visions and images and all of that stuff. And so that's why, as a trained coach, I want to coach you first. Let's coach about the moon. And the moon, it's coming up around the corner. For me, the moon is about releasing. Right? She helps us release the things that no longer serve us. But then she also does this powerful thing of replenishing us.
That's so interesting because I feel we receive.
Yes.
Yes, we receive. Yeah. So when you say, okay, keep going. Yes.
Yeah. Like release and then replenish. And then
that makes sense.
And then we can manifest, right? Because when we try to manifest things, prematurely without releasing those things that are like still gnawing at us or keeping us small,
or clogging us up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't feel authentic, and so, I think our sister moon wants to really help us do a lot of different things, help us release, replenish us with beautiful light and energy. Like you were saying earlier about charging the stones. I was like, that's what she does. She recharges us.
Yes.
And brings us back into our power, especially women, because we are made
Yes.
of a lot of water, right? And she governs our tides in the water and our feelings. And
That's
I
right.
just,
That's right.
So if you are resonating, join me on the 21st. I cannot
love it.
wait. It's going to be so much fun. But
so much fun.
That wasn't meant to be like a promo, but thank you for
I know. Well, same thing. Well, we talk about our events and our gatherings and what we do. And I think these are just ways for our listeners or whoever's out there or our local people to connect with us who want to learn more. But again, we are about light workers and we're about having others build upon their own light work and whatever it is you do. So I think this is great for us to say, come join us. Come join Manjeet in her events, come join me in my guided gatherings, and then join us together with the Lightworkers Sister Circle. Yes, together, which is, I think, double the power, right? It's,
I know, double trouble.
Yeah, I was like, double mint gum. I just saw a double mint gum commercial. Double the joy,
the double
the
trouble.
Pleasure, right?
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. I love that we're talking about things that have happened, things that projects we're working on, celebrating the things that we are doing in our communities separately and also together. And I think this is something like, we really believe in with Lightworkers. We believe in celebrating each other's successes and joys and loves and the way you're making an impact in the world, Mayume, and the way we can make an impact, and the way Lightworkers, we all shine in our own way. And so I love that we're talking about honoring that. I love being that in the world. And I think we need to do it more often,
celebrating, igniting, shining, lighten up, amplifying. I just feel like all these light words. I feel like we're supposed to do that. And there's going to be times where, when we were talking about this before we jumped on, where everything's a cycle, right? So, and you've talked about this, I've talked about where the whole doing and then being, right? Take the yin and the yang, and being human and spiritual. So I'm going through a phase where I'm about to enter being really freaking human and having to take care of a lot of house tasks and things like that. And my mom and Rocco and just a lot of human stuff that's happening. And I'm wondering if by the way, I have shingles, everyone. I don't know if some of you guys know, like closer.
By the way,
but I'm thinking that happened also to ground me a little bit in my physical vessel.
Absolutely.
Damn it. Talk about ground. It looks like electrical shocks to my system. And it is my heart chakra, even though it's on my mid back around the bra. It's my heart chakra. So
it is. It's right in the middle of your back.
It is. And that is the heart chakra. I mean, that is the chakra that I feel it needs to be a little shocked, right? If you, forgive, because that's what it feels like. I'm getting shocked. It's all on my right side, which is masculine side, paternal. So I'm like, I'm wondering if my body's finally, because I've been asking and setting the intention for the cell memory, so to release the shit that's in my cells from my dad's murder. I know it's residual. I know they're still there. I know I've worked really hard to release a lot of it, but there's still some left. And I feel like when I was in Mexico and Hawaii, and I sound like a real spoiled brat, I'm so sorry. There was reasons why I was there back to back.
No, not at all.
And one of them was a free trip. So let me just say that. But it really allowed me to really let down my shield and really breathe and relax and settle in. And I think when I dropped all the guards of keeping myself going, that's when, all of a sudden, like, oh, now we can come in now. And then on the plane ride home, I started to develop the shingles. And for all those who have had them before, oh my God, yeah, gross. Yes, don't like it. And if you haven't, please go get the vaccine. Don't do what I did and keep putting it off, because it's not worth it. It's worth it.
Painful. Yeah. Very, some of the worst pain. It's one of the worst pains I've ever felt. There's nothing like nerve pain. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. And
It's
it is
really different.
affecting my back, my whole right side, my right breast is under attack right
Yeah.
now. I just really, and I feel
Oh,
like I have
honey.
Tourette's when I'm talking to someone. I'm like, oh, when it
Oh,
starts to
yeah.
shake. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
I know. I'm
But
so
anyway,
sorry,
no,
honey.
it's all good. It's all good. But it is interesting how I feel like, oh, I'm supposed to ground right now. I'm supposed to kind of tether to
Yeah.
Gaia, Mother Earth, and do some human stuff right now. So it's not that I'm taking a break from readings or taking a break from spirit, but it is interesting when I'm in a reading, and I had two really beautiful, magical group readings this past week where I was worried whether or not, and even spirit talk, coffee and spirit talk. I didn't tell anyone there that I had shingles, but I was afraid, like, what if I was in pain? What if I was like grimacing? And but when I get into that space, when we as light workers get into that beautiful high vibrational frequency, I felt no pain. I didn't
Wow.
feel anything in all the
Yeah.
readings, and I was worried that I would, but once I got there, and then I forgot that I had shingles. Like, yeah. And then when everything ended and I was like starting to come down from the high, then all of a sudden, like, oh, yep, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I have this thing on my back. So it just goes to show you the power of mind over matter. When I can
Yeah.
get my mind into a meditative, and whether it's meditative or even just this high frequency, because I was trying to join with spirit, my vessel was fine. I didn't feel pain. Isn't that weird? Isn't that amazing?
No, yeah, I think it is. It's like a complete disconnection, right? Like it's almost like your spirit body just kind of takes charge, and I always feel like somebody just puts like this beautiful little cloak over you while
Mhm.
you're working those upper three chakras. All your energy is moving up here, connecting to source, that your body almost becomes secondary.
Yes.
I mean, and sometimes even
Yes.
tertiary, like it becomes way down the list.
Even what? Even
uh,
what?
Tertiary, like third. I said secondary, tertiary.
I know, because I say that word all the time. I was like, Miss
Making fun of
Brainiac.
me. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
No, you
what
know what
was
I
that?
mean.
Secondary and tertiary. I was like, I don't even know that word. Good job.
Tertiary. Yeah.
Yeah, tertiary.
It's just
I
like,
love
no,
it.
I just mean like
Yeah.
you really do kind of go out of body, and you have to really work at getting yourself back in. And I think this is something I really love talking about with a lot of light workers and a lot of my students that are healers and practitioners, and they're trying to find that balance,
Yeah.
because sometimes you can leave and be in spirit world, and when you come back it's disorienting, right? It can be almost it can almost be like, where am I, what am I doing, like where, like or when you're astral projecting in your sleep, coming back not knowing where you are in your own room.
Yes.
Those are really disarming things. They're preservation mechanisms. I think they protect us. Like
Yeah,
for
I would
you,
agree.
it's like you don't want to be
Mhm.
distracted by pain
No.
when you're with spirit. So it finds a way to help you there. Yeah.
Right.
But
It
understanding
feels
you
like,
can't.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of like a little bit of a, well, it is. It's like a disconnect to the vessel, to the body, because now I'm in a high frequency of where spirit is without a vessel, and they're coming down to lower their frequency to
Mm.
join me, in the middle, in the medium. So to me, it was really, it's really cool. And I'm thinking, well, why can't I just reside there? Why can't I just hang out there
Yeah.
and feel no pain and let my body heal while I'm like up here? I know.
Nope. Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it doesn't work that way, right? Because
Mhm.
I think you're right. I think your body is trying to tell you something, right? She's speaking to you. And sometimes they don't get our attention until we're in a little bit of pain,
Yep.
right? It is. I love what you were saying earlier about, it's almost like I was thinking of CPR, like when you get,
Dogs.
electrocuted, like not electrocuted, but when you get
Yeah.
zapped, right? Like
Yeah.
you're trying to, the reason why you do that, why we zap people with their hearts to bring them back into a normal rhythm.
Yeah. I
So
love
when
it.
your heart is in a different rhythm, it's starting to beat like this. And that's when we have a heart attack, right? It's electrical. So we need electricity to zap it so that it can find its normal rhythm again.
Exactly.
You know, and that's how it's like a reboot. Yeah.
Recharge. Right. That's what they say. Clear. Right. Charge, clear.
Charge. Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah. So it's an interesting analogy when you said
like
that.
that.
I was
charge, clear, zap.
Yeah.
Recharge.
Reboot. Yeah. It is. It's like we would need to like stop this rhythm that's not working anymore so that we can create a new rhythm. That's a new normal. That's in your new power, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
I love it.
I love it more.
I mean, that's really just, I think that's where we are right now today, right? Just talking about you're going through some rebooting. You've had an amazing workshop.
Yeah, same. And you, obviously what you're working on too. And you got to get away this weekend. Do we want to talk about that? Do you want to share?
Yes, I sorry, I'm just checking. My phone is blowing up. I got all these things going on. I'm like so confused right now, but I got a little like over.
Do not disturb. Put your thing on. Do not disturb.
I know. It's like I thought I did. Yeah, I know. Oh no, but I had an amazing weekend. I went to my best friend Kareen's wedding, and it was unbelievable. She's been my friend since I was 16 years old, and we have been, you know, best friends forever. And it was just so amazing to see her getting married because she has never been married before, and she's in her 50s. And this is just like, it was amazing. It was just so beautiful. And my parents were there because she's like a daughter to them. And Kareen and I, we did this thing because we've been best friends forever. So before we had even partners in our lives, we had always said that we were both going to have daughters and they were both going to be best friends.
Is that true? Oh, well, I was going to say, I'm like, wait, do you have children? No.
That was our intention. That's what we said when we were young, in our 18, 19. And, she, as we got older, she actually was not able to have children, for some physical reasons. And, or so they said. So I'm on a girls' weekend, or I'm on a weekend with William Russell, and we're in Vancouver walking the seawall with her one weekend. And I was like off. I just felt strange. My feet were hurting. Like I had all these weird pains. I went back and found out that I was pregnant. I'd been pregnant on that weekend. And so I was like, oh my gosh, Kareen, I'm pregnant. 3 months later, she calls me. She's pregnant.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She miraculously conceived with her boyfriend at the time. And so I had baby Mira.
Yes.
And then she had baby Olivia 3 months later.
Oh my God. I love
both
that.
Girls.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was so amazing because they, I know we'd always get them together and we like super force them to be best friends, and they were younger.
I know. I do the same thing.
But but we know we live in different countries. So it's not like we see each other a lot. And Olivia is this amazing athlete. She's actually like a triple jumper and a high jumper for the Simon Fraser University up in Canada on their track team. So she's like just amazing. She's a gymnast. She has been her whole life. She's just an amazing athlete. And so she's super busy. Mira's super busy all the time. So they never really got together a lot. This weekend, we all got together. Yay. And we all sat together. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it because Mira and Mina and Olivia and Heaven, which is Mira's, Kareen's other daughter, who is special needs, in a wheelchair, all four of them were just in it. They were dancing all night. They were laughing. I have all this video footage of all of them laughing.
So fun.
And they stayed there like super connected. We're going to go to Vegas, in a couple months. Like we're just there making all these plans to connect because they just really got along. Like they really all got along. And so the next morning, Kareen, this is like her wedding day, like the day after her wedding day.
Yeah.
She fucking texts me at like, 10 in the morning. And I'm like, she's like, can you believe our girls?
I know.
Like how
See?
much they loved each other. And it was just, we both
Oh,
were just so emotional because it was like the legacy continuing, right? Like,
yes.
and I'm like, she's like, we're so similar that our girls were so similar. It was
Mm,
just like, they just fit.
yeah.
It was so magical. I was like, they've known each other forever I pictured them in the baby crib together, pulling on each
Cute.
other's hair and
You
stealing each
and
other's
don't the girls
binkies.
love to hear all the stories like they've known each other since they were born and they may
Oh
not connect,
gosh,
on a
yes.
regular basis, but yeah, to bring them together like that for such a really
Yeah, now they're both in
beautiful event.
university. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
it was so cathartic for me. And I know Kareen, because we just had always had this dream of this happening.
Yeah.
And then my best friend Kelly was there too. So it was the three of us. It was Kelly, Kareen, and myself. And we done some crazy shit, right? Like girls do.
Love this. Yeah.
But it was really funny because Kelly was talking to Mina outside about all the things some of the really crazy things that we had done together in our in our 20s. And Mina was just like, Mom. It was just the weirdest. Yeah, I mean, it was so fun.
They have to hear
I
it sooner or
just,
later. They have to realize that we were young girls
oh,
and,
love it.
having
Oh,
fun
she
and loving
was,
life too, right? I love that.
yeah, she thought it was
Love it.
great. She thought it was so
Yeah.
funny. And she's like, how come you never told me? I'm like, because, these are things that they're not as funny when I say it to any either. Like it's way better when Kelly tells a story.
Yes.
She's just like, she's like, we told Manjeet to do this and she did it. And
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. It was just, so yeah, it was an amazing. And then I had brunch with my mother, my uncle,
Oh,
and my mother-in-law, my sister, we call her Mommy G and my mom Mudgy. So that's why I'm saying mother. Sorry.
yeah.
We went to their house on Sunday before we drove home. And that was really beautiful to see my beautiful cousins. And it was a very healing and magical weekend for me on so many levels.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think we
good.
all need that sometimes, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
We all do. Yeah.
Oh,
And coming together
yeah.
with family is really important, I think. Okay. So
Yeah.
how was William? He went too, right? He was there for all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Him and Kareen are really close. And Heaven, Kareen's daughter, who's in a wheelchair, she's nonverbal and blind and deaf.
mm,
But she senses people, she senses the people
She
who are
has
around her all the
intuition.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very spiritual. And that's what I did before I went into nuclear medicine school. Was I worked with special needs kids and adults
Mhm.
for about 8 years before, actually all the way through my nuclear medicine degree as well. And that was actually the path I was going to go, was working with these kids, because I just love them. But it was really, I think that might have been one of the first things where I really learned about nonverbal communication, trusting in your intuition, and hearing things that are unspoken, because
Mhm.
these kids taught me that. And
Yeah.
Heaven is a perfect example of that. Every time William would come around, her face would light up and she would just know he was there. And he
Feel
just
him.
loved
Yeah.
her, and he'd get in there and he'd, like rub her hair and open her hands, because they were
Oh,
back, together a lot. So
yeah.
he would just come over, and it was really lovely because he knows Heaven and Olivia and Corinne really well. So
Oh, wow. That's so great. I
it
love
was, yeah,
that.
really great,
Well,
really, really great. So I love,
awesome.
yeah, it was super fun. So I'm just, coming back Monday. Anybody else feeling like, okay, I got to get back to work. I've
Mhm.
been having too much fun.
Yes.
a lot of, a lot
Yes.
of,
That's what Mondays
a
are
lot of
kind of
healing.
about. Like get back to business, right? Getting
Yeah.
back to business. Yeah. I always like to have my Mondays free of readings, to be honest with you, because of the weekend, and I want to ease myself on the Mondays. And
Hmm.
it's really saved for podcasting and marketing and all the other business stuff that has to happen. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So I love that. And I guess that's our invitation to our listeners today is, maybe having some time to reflect on the things that bring you great joy today. Maybe taking some time to write about it, write about the things like we're doing it together on our podcast, reflecting on our weekend and the things that made us happy and the projects we're working on and brainstorming new ideas. Maybe inviting this out as an opportunity for all of you to do that for yourself. What are the ideas that you want to bring into your business or to your family or into your personal life and as self-care?
Right.
And where do you find great joy? What makes you happy on this beautiful May 1st? Yeah.
I know we're in May.
I know.
It's so crazy. We are in May. I love it. Yeah.
I know.
It's a time of new beginnings and springtime. If we had a nice little dose of, was more like summer than spring. I loved it.
Yeah.
And now we're back to gray and a little bit of gloom, not gloom, but gray. And I hope, I really, really, really want to keep the sunshine going, whether it's in my intention or I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to move. Maybe I can't live here anymore because it's starting to really bother me with this lack of sunshine. I need the sun rays. And having spent all that time, a good chunk of April in the sun, I just felt like, I felt like it was myself. I felt like my skin was so happy and just soft and smooth and like just nourished. So, I just really hope that this weather, this being May, that we're entering into a beautiful season quicker. I want it to speed up and get here.
Yeah, I know. But
So,
in the meantime,
what? What in the meantime, what?
Well, in the meantime, I think, like today feels like a reflection. Today feels like the power of reflection. It feels like, having time to talk about the good things and, maybe looking for what you want more, like you want more sunshine. Because if that's what you're feeling, that's what you need, then we can't make that happen unless we have that discussion. You have that reflection. Like, I really need sun. That made me really happy. Because then you could start aligning yourself into moving in that direction instead of feeling like, oh, it's just gloomy. It's not, what do you want to do about it? Right. What can we do about it? Yeah.
Move to California.
There you go.
Book another trip. No, just kidding.
Go, girl. I love it.
I agree. And sometimes I do it in my meditations a lot where I'll just visualize myself on a beautiful beach with the sun on me. And I will pretend that the rays are warming my face. And it is. I feel like, this is happening. I can feel it, feel the warm rays. And so that's how I'll get my sun, is in meditation if I have to. Right.
Yeah. I love the sun. Obviously I'm a super sun girl, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm looking outside here. Sometimes I really love it when things cool down and, there's something about just like the refreshness of this weather, like I don't know, there's something about the coolness. I sometimes I really crave it, and then
especially after bouts of sun. Then it feels refreshing.
Yeah. Just finding joy in all those things.
Yep. Finding joy. That's yes, that's exactly what I'm intending to do. Is I love doing the things that I love to do. And sometimes I feel selfish, like, well, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And so if I'm really feeling like I need to be inspired or do something that I love, whether it's just painting or coloring for an hour, writing, I freaking love writing. I want to bring more of those things to me. And life gets in the way, good stuff, but like taking care of my mom and Rocco has really pulled me away from some of those things. And luckily I have my work that's keeping me in check and feeling good and being in that space. But it's true. Like you forget, you get kind of caught up in the days. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything that feels really good. That's for me. So that self-care you're talking about. So going away for the weekend and connecting with your bestie and hearing stories, I love that. And
Oh yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
it
I'm
is.
just,
It
yeah.
is the best. Yeah.
And it's lovely to share them with my light worker sisters. Sometimes we are really heavy, and sometimes, we talk a lot about the tough times, which I think is really real, but sometimes good things happen
Oh my
and it's
God, great things
fun.
happen.
And
It is.
I love sharing them too.
And that's funny that we were talking about the like things from our past, whether it's childhood or our younger years. That is so, I had a couple things come up over the weekend where someone had a story about me in the past as a young girl that I didn't remember, but they did. And I thought, oh my
Mm,
God, that is so cool. To kind of like, oh my gosh, that's a story. And I kind of wish that my
yeah.
daughters had heard that story. I did share. It
Yeah.
was a girlfriend that showed up after Spirit Talk, the coffee and Spirit Talk, who just happened to be in the area. And she was there with her mom, and it was her mom's birthday, and they were celebrating. And she has 3 daughters. We were like best friends in fourth and fifth grade. And
Wow.
she had seen another girl who was at my event who I went to high school with, who I had not seen in years, and maybe at a reunion. They ran to each other right after the event. So she came down and was like, tap, tap, tap on my shoulder, like, oh my God. She said, come up and talk to my mom. She would love to see you. So I went up there to visit and gave her mom a hug. I hadn't seen her mom in years, years, years. My girlfriend, she says, I love what you're doing, Mayume. Because again, I'm like, just, when I wasn't a medium, in my 20s or
Yeah.
anything. And she said they almost came to the event because they had lost her father the year before, and she had lost a brother a long time ago. But I said, it's just one of those things where I've always seen spirit. I said, I'd love to say that I've known all along I was going to do this work, but I didn't. And you know what she
Yeah.
said, Manjeet? It was really cool. She's like, are you kidding me? She goes, I remember having sleepovers at your house, and you would wake up, yelling at things or talking in the middle of the night. And I'd be like, what is happening? And she said, I specifically remember your dad coming in and saying, don't worry, it's okay. Just be calm, or don't be afraid, and ask questions. She goes, and I remember looking around going, what is he talking about? Like, she thought it was so weird. She just shared this with me Saturday, that she
Oh
had
my
this memory. And
gosh.
I was like, it was like a validation, because I've
Yes.
known this, and then I think I had forgotten that, yeah, I did have girlfriend sleepover and that
Yeah.
stuff was happening. She's like, I remember that she loved my dad. It was really
Wow.
cool. Oh my God, Siri just came on again on my
Oh, I know.
laptop when I'm talking about my
I
dad.
know.
Weird, wild. So anyway,
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. And it was one of those stories. I was like, I wish my girls could have heard her talk about that, like
Oh,
when I
I
was like
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally have been feeling your dad all day, especially when the first story came on. It's so funny when it said I'm on it. I'm still on it, when about your heart. I'm still
Ah, yeah.
I'm still in your heart, right? I'm still
Yeah.
here. I just kept when you first
Hmm.
said it, it said those words, I was like, oh my gosh, why is your dad here? Um, and it's like he's on it. He's helping you through this as well, right? This pain. And with
Yeah.
your mom. Like I feel him there. Yeah. Like I'm on it. I'm
Well,
on it. I got
I'm
this.
on it. Yeah. Well, you know what shingles means in Louise Hay's book,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
The probable
Yeah.
cause of the emotion that's behind shingles is waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
well, for me, that was like, I'm waiting for my
Hmm.
mom to transition. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
So thank you, Dad, for showing up through
That's
Surrey.
so cool. Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
Siri.
Yeah.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh. Well, I
Crazy.
love you.
Love you more.
I love
Yay.
that
Fun.
we got a
Love.
chance to do this fun little episode, just a baby episode.
It's just a little baby episode. I know. We'll get into some juicy stuff next week. We've got some stuff
Oh yeah.
lined up, everyone. In the
Yes.
meantime, pre-order your Lightworkers Oracle cards because we
Yes.
have them. Woohoo!
Yay.
We don't have the printed guidebook yet. Those are coming within the week. So once we have it all together, we'll be distributing them to those who've already purchased. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
Lightworker Sister Circle, like Manjeet said, Saturday, June 24th,
24th. Let's see
5:30
you there,
p.m. Yeah,
ladies.
in Kirkland. Yes, come join us.
Awesome. Come join us. And we love you. I love you.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye, man.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye, honey. I love you. Love you.